Filipinas need to take note here. If you're on a dating site and you're getting overlooked by many genuine foreign men, you need to know there is a very good reason why this is happening. But the good news is that it's something very easily fixed. And once you do what I'm about to tell you, you can be certain to attract more attention from genuine foreign guys. So be very sure to stay with me here. Now, I've been told by numerous guys on my channel that when they go into a dating site, they see very commonly that Filipinas write very little in their profile, and they may only just have one profile picture. Now, Filipinas, you need to realise that a genuine man wants to make a decision on whether to chat to you amongst thousands of other Filipinas, and as such, you need to give him a reason to click on your profile and perhaps to send you a message. And you really need to know that if all you've written in your profile is something like, "I'm a simple girl," or "I'm looking for a genuine man to spend my life with," then that's not going to entice a genuine man to make contact with you. And it really is that simple. And further to that, most genuine foreign guys want to see at least 4 pictures of you in your profile section. So many profiles only have 1 or 2 photos. Now, come on girls, it almost seems like you're not trying, and as such, why would a foreign guy be bothered to make contact with a girl who makes little effort? You must know that when on a dating site, and this may sound a little crass, but it's true, that you have to be selling yourself in a sense. Now, what I mean by that is giving the men a reason or reasons to click on your profile above many thousands of other Filipinas also looking for a good foreign man. And in a moment, I'll give you some real examples of a good profile that will attract the right foreign men to you and the profiles that will not. Otherwise, you'll be left behind. And the few Filipinas who already have good information and several profile pics will be the ones finding success. Now, be sure that in your profile information, you'll want to write around 2 paragraphs about yourself and the sort of man that you're searching for. So you don't want to go over 2 or possibly 3 paragraphs at the most, as you're not writing a novel. But you want to give the man some insight as to who you are, so he gets a little curious to find out more. Now look, I do understand that some Filipinas may not want to write much on a public forum because they may think it's personal information and that they're uncomfortable saying things on such a site. But you don't have to give anything too personal away. Just about the type of person you are and the type of man or what characteristics he should have. And as I say, failure to do these 2 things will result in disappointment. So let's now go and check out some real examples of what I'm talking about on the Philippines' #1 dating site. So here we are in the Christian Filipina site, and we're going to start off with what I call, well, the bad profiles, or the profiles that are certainly not going to be drawing decent or genuine men towards your profile. So now here we're looking at Janet. Now she's 36-year-old female, but when we scroll down a little bit and we have a look at her profile, all she says there is, "Looking for a serious man in my life." Well, really, I'm sure you could do a little bit better than that if you're trying to look for a man who you're trying to entice to come and check out your profile and possibly send you a message. Personally, if I look at that, I don't even look any further. But for the sake of this video, we'll scroll down a bit further and we'll see she's only got 1 picture in the photo gallery. Okay, it might be a decent sort of a picture, but really, we could do a lot better than that. We could have 4, 5, maybe 6 pictures and maybe go to a bit more of an effort around staging the photographs. So we'll move to the next profile under what I call not a very good profile. So Liesl here, she's 22 years old, and she says there, "Hello there, I'm looking for a serious relationship. I'm a Filipina, I'm a simple girl, God's little princess." Well, that's really not going to tell us a lot either. It's not really going to draw me into going into that profile any further and wanting to contact her. Girls, you've got to remember here that you've got to give a foreign guy a reason to actually want to contact you. Now, is that really going to make him curious enough to contact you? I certainly say no way. You're just wasting your time with this sort of information in your profile, which is really nothing. And then again, we look down at the pictures, and only 2 pictures. They're okay pictures, but we need more than 2 pictures. And the next profile we look at is Sheila, who's 33 years old. And again, all she says there, I want a serious relationship. Well, why would I want to click on that profile just because you're telling me you want a serious relationship? What about you, Sheila? What about telling me more about who you are and what sort of man you're looking for in life? Tell me some of your good values, your morals, your ethics, anything like that that's going to give me an indication to say, okay, I like the picture, she looks nice, and so now I want to find out more about her. But when I read that, I don't really want to go any further. So I would normally just click off it. But if we scroll down, the only picture she's got is that one picture. Now, could she be a scammer? Well, I don't know, maybe, but why only one picture? If you've got several pictures there, 4, 5, 6 pictures, it's clear to show the man that you're the same person throughout each picture and maybe not a picture stolen from somewhere else. Now here we have May, and she's 22-year-old. And all she says there is that she's studying psychology. I'm a simple person with a big goal in life. Now, girls, don't just put down you're a simple person and this what you've got there. Okay, it's telling us you're doing some psychology or you're studying in psychology, but really that's not enough for me to want to click on and find out more about you. So again, you're wasting your time here, mate. And anyone who's got similar type of profile information, go in there as soon as this video is over and change it. I'm going to show you shortly what a good profile looks like, and I'll give you a few examples around that so you can be very sure. And she's got 3 photos there. Well, a few more would be nice, and maybe, a little bit nicer photos. These ones where they're laying down and looking up at the camera, forget that. It's, to me, that turns me right off. And not all that close up to the camera as she's got there. Get some nice stage photos, natural photos, and that will pay dividends for you for sure. And that will draw men towards you for sure. And the last profile I'm going to show you in this category where they're really not very good and they're wasting their time is Jarina, who's 27-year-old female. And again, all she puts there is simple. And I do see that a lot in profiles that Filipinas have. They just put I'm a simple girl or something like this, simple. Now, again, to a Western guy, that's not appealing, it's not attractive, and it certainly doesn't make him curious to want to know more about who you are. And especially when you've only got 2 pictures down the bottom, which really aren't showing much. You've got one close-up one that's nice, and you've got one of a distance, but maybe find a few more nice ones or take a few more nice ones around scenery or whatever. Just show him a little bit more of who you are and let him see that throughout several pictures, as I said before, that you are actually the same person. And that will go a long way to getting more guys, or at least genuine guys, to click on your profile. And now we jump over to what I call a good profiles. But just before I get into that, I want to say that a lot of guys have told me about their bugbears, so to speak, or about things on dating sites that really annoy them. And what I just showed you there about what I call the bad profiles, or the profiles that are not going to draw men towards them, are exactly the type of things that they talk about when they talk about nothing in their profile information that gives them an idea of who you are, and certainly only just 1 or 2 photos where no effort has really gone into taking the photos or trying to show the best part of you in those photos. Now here, I'll grant it, I like this photo that she's got, so that's a good start. It's a nice photo, it's a natural photo. Obviously she was either at a wedding or something where she was dressed nicely. So this one being what I'd call a good profile would start off with that picture of getting me interested. And then I scroll down and have a look at her profile information. And she's got 1, 2, 3 paragraphs there, which, yeah, okay, I can live with 3 paragraphs, but generally I'd say, as I say, around 2 paragraphs. But Okay, we go with 3, and it's quite well constructed in paragraphs and sentences. It's clear that she knows how to speak English, or maybe she got someone to write it for her. I don't know. But I would, at a guess, I would say that she is quite good with English. My heart is touched seeing someone helping each other without any expectations. Serve poor and needy when they have extra blessings. Care for elderly, love their parents unconditionally, care for their siblings, humble, generous, responsible, missionary minded. So she's giving you a little bit of information about a man that she's looking for, and she tells you what her name is, working as a librarian in one of the universities in Metro Manila. So she's from the big city, and she's on this site not for a fling or to flirt or to play games. So she's saying she's very genuine and sincere. And she goes on to say she's not materialistic, etc., etc. So I think that, yeah, that's a very good written profile, and it gives me a lot of information. And on top of the fact that I liked her first picture that I saw, and then I read the information, she's really getting me intrigued if I was looking for a Filipina. So then I want to look at more pictures. So we scroll down, and bingo, yes, she's got some nice pictures there. And clearly, when you look through all those pictures, we'll bring it up on the big screen. All the same woman there, same woman. Yep. So clearly she's the same woman all the way through those photos. So she's getting my interest now, and I'll read the rest of her profile here and think, okay, yep, everything's in line with me. Now I want to try and contact her. So that there to me is a prime example of what I would call a very good profile. And to all you Filipinas out there watching this, take note of how she's written this and the information that she's giving to the men out there. That's what you want to do. She's not going too deep and too personal, but she's giving enough information for a man to get curious and say, yes, I'm going to contact her. Okay, and the next good profile that I'll say is Renelin, who's 31 years old. Now, the only thing I'd do different is this profile picture, the main profile picture. I'd probably want to just get a little bit closer, look at her face a little bit more, just so I can make a determination. But still, I can see that she looks reasonably pretty from that picture. And I'm thinking, well, okay, that's got my attention. So I read what she's written, and she goes, I'm a simple woman. If you can, girls, try not to use that phrase all the time. It's very common in Filipinas. I know you're just saying that you're not a woman who wants much materialistic things in life. That's fine, but I don't think you always need to put that in there, to be honest. You're saying you're honest, you're faithful, independent woman, which is really good. You love to travel, go hiking. So you're an outdoorsy type of person, but you also love to read books and watch movies. So that's telling us a little bit. You're a Christian and really love to serve God. So you'd be very suited to another man who may also be a Christian. And I'm thankful to God that he gave me a simple life. Okay, so you're proud about your life that you've got, and that's good. You should always be proud. And you go on to say you're looking for a man who'll accept you, who you are, and who will love you by heart. Looking for a serious relationship and not to play. So if a man is serious, then he's going to look at that and say, yes, okay, I want to get to know her a little bit more, especially when she's got plenty of pictures down there showing her in different situations. And clearly, again, she's the same girl all the way throughout. And you can see here as well, what she wrote here wasn't quite as in-depth as the last one, but it's still effective. It still gives enough information to make a guy curious. Now we move on to Christine, and she's 35-year-old female. And if we have a look at the picture, okay, that's okay. Again, I'd like it a little bit closer, but yeah, you can see that's an okay picture. And if that interests me, then I want to read her profile. Now, her profile here to me is a problem in a sense that it's probably a little bit too much. It's well written. You could read all that yourself. It's very well written, but it just goes on a bit too much. And I think that information could have been condensed a little bit to 2 or 3 paragraphs, and it would have been a lot better. But still, information is good for some guys, and they would like to read all of that. And there's plenty in there that tells you a lot about her. Then we move down the final test to see how many pictures she's uploaded. And there we go. She's got plenty of pictures there. And we click on that. And So, she's obviously been around a little bit to different places in the Philippines. There she is with a dolphin. And we can clearly see that she is the same woman throughout. That one there, that was a nice picture, wasn't it? Where was that? Yeah, that one there. Very nice picture. Wow. Must be a son. Cute little kid. And so on. So we can see all that. But yeah, the pictures are really good. It shows a lot about her life. So overall, a very good profile. Just maybe condense that a little bit more so it's down to 2 or 3 paragraphs. But yeah, as I say, overall, it would make me want to click on it if I was in the market for looking for a Filipina. Really, to all your Filipinas out there, you can see the difference between the what I call bad or not so good profiles and the good profiles. There's a clear difference. And I'll guarantee you that any genuine foreign guy who's looking for a Filipina will always go for the ones that I've described as good. So that's what you want to try and replicate on your profile. And I'll guarantee you, within a few months, you'll find much more success than what you do. I hear a lot of Filipinas say that I've been online for so long on dating sites and I never get any serious guys. Well, no one ever contacts me and things like that. Well, this is the reason why. You don't have a profile where you've got good information and you've got plenty of good, genuine profile pics of you in natural situations. So if you take a leaf out of their book and you create a profile similar, you're going to have much more success. And to the foreign guys watching this, if you can leave your comments below, it'd be good to hear about your frustrations, as I've mentioned, and many of you have told me about, around when you go into dating sites and finding lack of information or lack of photos. That'd be great to hear from you guys. And for the Filipinas, let me know if you're on a dating site and if now you've changed how you've set your profile up. That would be good to know as well. And to the Filipinas, if you're looking for more information around relationships with a foreign man, be sure to click on the card on screen now. And be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.